back to our channel. Today is a great day to explore the chaotic, troubled, and incredibly exciting world of Genoa. The dramatic plot unfolds amidst Holden's secrets, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. And let me tell you guys, the Winters family is officially the most stressful family on television right now. I mean, honestly, I am so tired. We have been watching the Newmans and the Abbotts tear each other apart for weeks with the whole Victor and Jack and Patty yacht nightmare. You'd think the Winters family would be the safe haven, the normal ones, but no, they are absolutely falling apart at the seams. So when I heard that Malcolm Winters was coming back to Genoa City, I literally let out a sigh of relief at my screen. Malcolm, finally, someone to inject some actual heart and soul into this fractured family. Because let's be real, they need him so badly right now. Devin is currently going absolutely nuclear on Lily for her fake kidnapping scheme, and it is just ugly. It's so ugly. So let's set the scene for the upcoming episodes, because it is a classic soap opera moment. Lily and Devin are at the Genoa City Athletic Club, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Devin has been ripping into Lily, just absolutely disgusted that she would stoop to Victor Newman's level and fake her own kidnapping to extort Kane. And Lily is standing there, stripped of all her usual moral high ground, looking completely isolated and defensive. And then, the doors open, Malcolm walks in. And it's like all the air gets sucked back into the room in a good way. The arguing stops. The family feud is just temporarily paused because Malcolm has this presence, you know. He doesn't even have to say anything at first. He just looks at them, and Lily smiles, Devin smiles. It's this warm, emotional family reunion that we desperately needed to see. But of course, the warm and fuzzies can't last forever on the show. Malcolm has been gone for a minute, and he needs to be caught up on the absolute circus that has been their lives. Can you imagine being the one to have to sit Malcolm down and explain everything? Hey Malcolm, welcome back. By the way, Mariah kidnapped baby Dominic, and now the poor kid is severely traumatized and having nightmares, and Devin is furious because Mariah only got probation. Like, what a thing to drop on a guy who just got off a plane. Malcolm is obviously going to be so relieved that Dominic is physically safe, but you know he's going to be heartbroken over the psychological toll it's taking on Devin and Abby. Malcolm loves his family so fiercely, and seeing Devin in this much pain is going to hurt him deeply. And then, oh boy, then they have to tell him about Lily. This is the part I am really dreading, but also kind of excited for. Lily has to look her father figure in the eye and admit that she faked a kidnapping with the twins. She has to admit she made Kane think his family was dead or in mortal danger. Malcolm has done some shady things in his past. Sure, we all know the history. But this is dark even for the current Genoa City standards. Malcolm is probably going to be so relieved that Lily and the twins were never actually in danger, but the disappointment. Oh, the disappointment is going to be real. Will he judge her? Will he try to understand? I think he'll try to understand, but he's definitely going to realize that his little girl is deeply lost right now. She needs guidance, and maybe that's why the universe brought him back. But wait, because the universe didn't just bring Malcolm back randomly. Oh no, the writers are pulling a fast one on us. Enter Vivica A. Fox returning as Dr. Stephanie Simmons. Yes, Stephanie is back in town, and she is suddenly popping up out of nowhere. And it turns out, the reason for her sudden appearance is massive. The spoilers are strongly hinting that Stephanie is actually the reason Malcolm is back. Like, she probably contacted him off-screen, sent him a text or gave him a call like, hey, we need to talk, meet me in GC. And Malcolm, being the guy he is, probably made up an excuse about just wanting to visit the family, but he has this huge ulterior motive. He wants to know why his ex is suddenly reaching out after literal decades. And let's just take a minute to talk about Stephanie being back in Genoa City. It's been so long. She's going to be wandering around, bumping into familiar faces, and it's going to stir up so much history. Remember when Drusilla and Olivia thought Stephanie and Malcolm were just the perfect match? God, I miss Drew. Every time they bring up Drew, my heart hurts a little bit. But anyway, Stephanie and Malcolm have this really complicated, messy past, and now she's back with a secret. A huge, game-changing secret. The kind of secret that soap operas thrive on, you know the one. The I left town and never told you something huge secret. So the Tuesday episode is going to end on this massive cliffhanger. Malcolm is at the GCAC, or maybe Crimson Lights, and he looks across the room. And there she is, Stephanie. They lock eyes. And you guys know exactly how this is going to be shot. The slow zoom in on Malcolm's face. The dramatic music swelling in the background. The intense stare from Stephanie. It's going to be so clunky and dramatic, and I am absolutely here for it. Malcolm is going to be standing there, probably holding a cup of coffee, just staring at the woman who is about to completely detonate his life. Then we get to the midweek episodes, and they finally sit down face to face. Probably at Crimson Lights, because where else do people discuss life-shattering secrets in this town? They'll have that awkward small talk first. How have you been? Oh, you know, good, but the tension is going to be unbearable. Malcolm is going to demand to know why she called him here. Why now? After all these years, why does she need to see him in person? And Stephanie is going to be sitting there, looking guilty, looking nervous, and she's going to have to say the words. And here's the bomb, the absolute nuclear bomb. Stephanie was pregnant when she left Genoa City all those years ago. She had Malcolm's baby, a secret pregnancy. I mean, what were the writers thinking? Actually, no, I know exactly what they were thinking. It's daytime television. Of course there's a secret adult child running around. It's such a cliche, but honestly, it works. It works because it shakes up the canvas. Stephanie hid this pregnancy, had a son, and never told Malcolm he was a father. Just let that sink in. Malcolm, who is so incredibly family-oriented, was robbed of raising his own son. And who is the son? Hold on to your hats, because all the clues are pointing straight to Holden Novak. Yes, Holden. The guy who is currently tangled up with Kane Ashby and Claire Newman. The guy who just turned down Kane's dirty money because he actually has a conscience. Holden is Malcolm and Stephanie's adult son. My jaw literally dropped when I started putting the pieces together. I mean, Holden is a Winters. This changes everything. It changes his entire trajectory on the show. He's not just some random guy anymore, he is legacy. He is tied to one of the core families of Genoa City. But wait, if Holden is their son, why is his last name Novak? This is where my brain starts spinning. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but hear me out. Was Holden adopted? Did Stephanie give him up because she couldn't handle it? Or did she raise him and just lie to him about who his father was? Maybe she married some guy named Novak and let Holden believe that was his real dad. Either way, the level of deception here is off the charts. Holden has been walking around Genoa City completely oblivious to the fact that his biological family is literally right down the street. The psychological mess this is going to create is huge. And how is Holden going to react? Spoiler alert, badly, very, very badly. And honestly, who can blame him? If some woman you barely know, or maybe you know her as your mom who lied to you, and some guy you've never met sit you down and say, surprise, we're your parents, you're not going to just smile and ask for a hug. Holden is going to be furious. He's already dealing with the stress of the Kane situation. He just confessed Kane's whole manipulative plot to Claire at society, and he's trying to navigate this weird new romance with her, and now he's going to reject them. He is absolutely going to tell Malcolm and Stephanie that he wants nothing to do with them. He'll probably storm out of the room and just completely shut them down. This is where Lily comes in, and I actually love this for her. Lily is going to find out that Holden is her half-brother. And right now, Lily desperately needs a distraction from her own miserable life. She needs something positive to focus on instead of Devon's anger and Kane's impending scorched earth revenge. So Lily is going to make it her personal mission to fix this. She's going to try to soften Holden up. She'd probably track him down and try to talk some sense into him. She'd tell him about Malcolm, about how great of a dad he is, and try to bridge that gap. It's going to be a tough sell, but if anyone can get through to Holden, it might be Lily. Now, here is the frustrating part. The fans on social media are already complaining about this, and I kind of agree. Malcolm and Stephanie are only back for a short stint right now. They aren't staying for months. So they are going to drop this massive emotional bomb on Holden, get rejected, and then they have to leave town. It feels a bit rushed, right? Like, why start this massive story if the actors are just going to leave? But according to the interviews, Shemar Moore and Vivica Fox are coming back later in the month to finish the story. So we are going to get this initial explosion, Holden's rejection, the parents leaving brokenhearted, and then Lily working her magic while they are gone. So when Malcolm and Stephanie return later, hopefully, Holden will have cooled down. Maybe Claire will help him see reason, since she loves his protective side and might encourage him to be open to family. Maybe Holden will realize that having a family like the Winters isn't the worst thing in the world. But until then, it's going to be a bumpy, emotional, chaotic ride, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. The Winters family needed a shakeup that didn't involve corporate espionage or fake kidnappings, and a secret adult son is exactly the kind of soapy goodness we deserve. Let's just hope Malcolm survives the shock, because this is going to be the fight of his life. On my channel, I always seek content inspiration for each video by compiling short video clips to analyze and offer my personal opinions. This channel specializes in analyzing, theorizing, and discussing plot points in the Young and the Restless series from the perspective of a longtime fan. Through this, viewers can gain deeper, more objective, and more interesting perspectives. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the latest news about the Young and the Restless series.